On this episode of Pimp My Setup, we're going to be talking about your setups you submit for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts now. Ho, ho, ho!
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Mac Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pimp My Setup, episode number 171. Recorded live on Christmas Eve, December 24, 2016. My name is Matt Philly, and as always, we are joined by producer Tom.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Where's the energy? Where is it? You're on the naughty list.
I was doing a sincere Merry Christmas, everybody.
No, you're on the naughty list. Okay? Yeah. Anyways, so we are live right now. We've been live for an hour already, having a great time. A lot of people have subscribed to our Twitch. They have followed our Twitch, and they've even been nice enough to donate. So for anybody that has done so, Tom's dabbing in the back.
I was coughing, but
he was also dabbing. Anybody that did that, thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Very, very nice of you, and it's been great. If you don't know, we do the shows live. This one's a little bit more of a event, if you will, but if you want to watch live, all you need to do is go on over to twitch.tv/swashin. It's best to do it there only because we have the chat room enabled and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. Now forgive me for my speech because I do have hair entering and not entering my mouth. It goes in and out.
Great though,
but it's like slowly entering my mouth, so I will start like hair bowling later.
End of the show, it's in your mouth. Just it.
Yeah, half the beard is in my mouth, and it feels like it's going to give me a rash. So let's hope not. Otherwise, Christmas Day is going to be weird. Regardless of the fact, there we go. I think that's everything you need to know. If you want to submit your setup, hitmysetup.com/Q is the place to go. But let's get into the first set of the day. And quick note: this is probably the best one of the day. Yeah, there are a lot of young kids, which is fine, but don't expect anything crazy today. So here we go. First setup submitted by Freddy. Freddy's 13. He enjoys photography, gaming, and poetry. So, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward setup. He's got very nice cable management. Tom, what do you think about that cable management?
It's very clean. I don't even see any wires. He must have hit that like right on the edge of the table, basically.
Yeah. Plus, going back to the first one, because Tom, if you don't know, is a insane Rubik's Cube solver. He could do it with his eyes closed. He could do it in numerous different ways. What do you think about that big-ass decal on the wall?
It's super cool. I mean, with the color scheme of the walls and all that, it's fit for it, basically.
Yeah,
it works.
It definitely does fit into it. Now, the other thing that I thought was really interesting about this setup, if you look at the second photo, he's got normal legs, and then he's got this sort of like ghetto one that goes onto his bed.
That's so not safe.
That is like, dude, middle of the night, I don't know if your head is there or your feet are there. You kick that shit, you're going to wake up with no setup. You're going to wake up with literally no setup at all. But he said that it was like a really smart idea. It was like a custom DIY thing that works perfectly for him. So as long as he's not playing footsies with himself, that would be weird. He should be good, but doesn't that make you a little uneasy, Tom?
It's very scary to have that in the position. A foundation, yeah, I get it's more firm and all that, but I still don't trust that.
Yeah. What do you guys think in the chat? Let us know. Yay or nay. Now, the PC, I feel like it could be in a better spot. I think even just having it to the left side would be a little bit better because it looks like you're more put to the right. But obviously up to you in terms of usability. Now, as far as like usability of like on top of the desk, looks great. Speakers seem pretty good. They seem like they're, again, pointing out to the sides rather than towards him. Don't really understand why he does that. It's not like these are big monitors where they really put out a lot of sound. So I'd rather just have that focused at yourself. But, everything seems to be pretty good. He's got a diffuser, a little lamp. Not a huge fan of the lamp because it's kind of like out of place.
It matches the stripe on the wall, though.
Yeah, but it should be down lower, not on the riser. But I guess I understand why he did it. But, the poster I think is really cool. The canvas kind of thing.
It all matches like a specific color scheme, too.
A very unique one.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And the canvas thing is actually pretty cool with the different photos and whatnot. So, look at him with this dog. Aww, my God.
Merry Christmas.
That's so funny. Okay. Anyways,
good job.
Yeah, really though, dude, clean as hell. Great job overall. But let's go to the next setup. This next setup submitted by Nate. Nate is 12. He likes to play games and do YouTube, and his channel is Mr. N8. Nate, get it? But yeah, so taking a look at this, few things cross my mind. First thing would be the buckets. I
Super cool.
see what you're doing.
You put your feet inside those.
Yeah, and it's like he may even have like water with salt in there, so like cleans up his pores and stuff. I don't think you have pores on your face. I don't know. I don't want to make myself sound stupid, but maybe you only have pores on your face. I don't know. So yeah, taking a look for real though, the buckets, they gotta go. We know what you doing. First off, takes up leg room. Second off, you're trying to hide those cables, and I ain't that dumb. I'm not. Even though my mom said I was, I'm not. Really though, what? A little too crazy?
Yeah, a little too crazy.
Seriously though, I would definitely get rid of those buckets. They should be elsewhere. It doesn't look like you have anything in them, really. They look empty.
They literally look like it's just blocking the cables. That's literally all they're there for.
Yeah, not ideal. My bad.
Yeah, not idea.
Not idea. Someone said, is that Stitch and Yoda all in one? Yes, it is. And actually, this reminds me of a year ago, almost to the day. I was walking around Disney World, Disney Springs, actually, when it was still called Downtown Disney. And I saw that, and I tweeted it, and I said, that's cool. And it was almost a year ago exactly, and people thought it was cool. And guess what? Nate has it. So does that make him even cooler?
Yes.
I agree. Really, though, I think usability, not awful, but again, right speaker, pointed outwards, don't understand.
Blocking the PS4. You can't open up.
That's
the
true. I
trail.
didn't even realize that. Honestly, I just kind of overlooked it because it like blended in.
Yeah.
Plus, what's with the MacBook Pro going there? Come on, move it, bitch. You have the left side where you could put a laptop, and it would be super usable. And I think that would work a lot better overall. And then like you have a lot of cool little knickknacks and stuff, but I think that would look better on a shelf and kind of like dispersed in a more appropriate setting. So yeah, it's really just console, laptop, bins, cables,
posters,
and then managing your little knickknacks. Wouldn't you say that'd be the ideal list?
You sound like you got it right, man. Just
I sound like it, or I do got it.
No,
right,
it looks like you
dude.
did everything perfectly. So,
God, dude, take a step back, Tom, or you're going on the naughty list.
but it's cool.
It's cool.
Good
It's
job,
nice.
Nate.
It's alright. It's good. Let's go to the next setup. Submitted by Albert. Now, Albert's kind of a confusing man, right? Or should I say kid? He's 13, and he uses this setup to produce music and game with friends. So, if you don't know, have you ever heard... I'm going to ask Tom questions. Have you ever heard of Lady Gaga?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of Rihanna?
Yes.
How about Adele?
Of course.
Have you ever heard of Beyonce?
Yep.
Fun fact of the day, Albert has produced songs for them.
Say what?
And he's only 13. And the even crazier part is I am just lying because
That's crazy.
he's 13. Anyways, at first, though, I read it and I only saw the first picture. So he's like, I produce music. I'm like, with what, a PlayStation? And then I went to the next photo. And then I saw that he had a laptop. So every professional music person out in the world uses a laptop. A little bit of wiki wawa, you know?
Yeah, you got everything you need, basically.
Everything you need. All in a nice form factor. I love Apple.
For under 2,000.
Yeah, under 2,000, just for a starter kit. Not even sponsored, but by federal law, I do have to say it is sponsored, but not even sponsored.
Nope.
Anyways, really though, let's just talk about this. Cable management, obviously, it's got to be clean. If he had cables down on the floor and stuff, I'd probably kick him in the throat because he's just got a PS4 that has a built-in power brick, power supply. He just has the monitor and then his Mac that he takes on the go. So there's not a lot of cables. So it's not like got to clap it up for him. I mean, yes, good job, but it's not like life-changing. And of course, he's got the speakers, but he should be able to keep it all within that one little section over there. So good job with that. But the usability is there. I thought, though, the main problem with this is, you know, yeah, the theme is wonderful. It's very far up and kind of lacking in that one middle section, which he could definitely utilize and put like a decal for his like producer name or some shit. But I think it's just like accessories is lacking. It's just a little too simple. Like, where are your controller? Is it in the bin? you know, it just seems a little like lifeless, if you will. But let me know what you guys think. I do like that it takes up the whole section, the whole wall-to-wall kind of area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, wait. This is a good. This is a good comment. Did the speakers not match? Oh no, they do.
Yeah, it's just the lighting.
Yeah.
That's all.
Anyways, let's go to the next setup submitted by Austin. Now, Austin is the only person over the age of 13 on today's episode. He's 18. And he loves video games and streaming on Twitch. If you want to check him out, it's Voltic3_gaming. And he also wanted me to know that he's not sure what to do with this PC because, yes, it's not under his desk, which he likes, but it's also kind of blocking his closet just a little bit. He said it's right where the closet door is, so you can't like open the closet door all the way. So he wanted to know, how can he fix that? The other thing that he said is how can he fix the cables up a little bit more? He likes what he's going for, obviously, in the Signum, but he's got this sort of like just big ass strand coming out. He wants to know what's the best way to fix this. So, pretty easy to fix. I'd say keep doing what you're doing, but really bring it to that leg, like on the underside of the desk, really bring it all the way to the leg, then down the back side of the leg. Granted, you have white legs, so it's going to be a little bit harder to deal with, but as long as you take everything coming out of the computer into one strand and follow it into that, at least it'll look a little bit more presentable. But I do think it's not the end of the world. It's really just behind the computer that needs help, rather than under the desk. Now, I think another thing that would help is actually downsizing to just one monitor. I think it would work a lot nicer because it's just, it doesn't.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, it doesn't look as nice as it could. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, the left monitor, just get it out of here.
Yeah,
please.
bezel's fatter than your mom.
It's India too, so I mean, it's not nothing special either.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Plus, the speakers are like holding on for dear life. If you had one monitor, they would be able to get a little bit more breathing room. It would make the setup not look as cramped, even though it's not cramped necessarily. It just would look better. And usability of everything else seems to be wonderful. We're seeing a lot of that, the Linmon Alex duo, and it's a great duo. And, you know, he's got the one canvas. Again, I'd like to see more going through. You got the pop vinyl, you got the wallpaper, you got the canvas. But, like, let's see it in a more, I guess you could say, abrupt way. Kind of like in your face. Like, right above that bed, you could really do something dope. Like, what about the guy that had the really cool canvas piece that goes small, bigger, smaller? Or just get like a fat head or something. That'd be dope. Yeah. But I think it's a wonderful setup. And
I'm just thinking, because you said he's a Twitch streamer, right?
Yeah.
Why not have one of the monitors go vertical? You save space, and then you can have the chat on there or something like that. If you want to keep both monitors, then that's an option.
That's a good point. Also, Tom, what does he do with the PC if it's hitting into his door?
Move it underneath where the bed is, opposed to there. And that's literally all you can do.
And yeah, the only other thing I think about, if you have a side panel, I don't know if you do, would just be to rotate it, because I think it's just coming out a little bit too far.
Yeah.
And that's the only issue. If so, rotate it so it is a little bit in front of the leg, but at least it looks cool if you look under the desk. Otherwise, you do have to put it under. And someone said 2 monitors is a must for streaming. Yeah, but not these 2. I think what would work if you had a little bit of a bigger one, and then maybe one overhead, or one on like a swivel arm, or something that it's not taking up valuable real estate and kind of hindering the overall appearance.
It's not even like lining up even. It's like not even he tried to like make it so it lined up even. It's like uneven. Especially
if he's gaming on that, you don't have a focus point. You know what I mean? So it just seems like a little bit of a tricky situation. Now, this next setup is submitted by Matt. He's 13. He uses a setup for gaming and schoolwork, and this one's very confusing to me. So far back, it looks badass. It looks like he's got a nice entertainment setup. He's got a really cool setup. But when you actually go to the setup, it's like there's a lot going on there. Now, I'm going to sound dumb for a second because I actually have no clue. What is that on the wall? Is it a cable box? Does it go to the speakers? Because he's got a subwoofer, but I don't see the speakers. I didn't really get a full. I'm thinking
those are the speakers.
Because what kind of speakers are those? They look.
I don't know. They look like weird. Something you'd be in like an auditorium or something like that.
They got like weird little holes in them too. I guess like air holes. Let me know if anyone can confirm. But he's got the subwoofer and then he's got that. So I was expecting like Logitech speakers, like some smaller form factor. I thought maybe that was like a cable box or something, but
weird place to have a cable box, though, right?
Yeah, but people are weird, dude. I don't know, but people are already saying they think they're speakers. So that was my first thought. I'm like, if those are speakers, first off, don't like them. Second off, terrible positioning. Just doesn't make sense. Really, I think we can already assume, based on the first photo that you're looking at right now, the desk is too small. It just doesn't work.
It's way too cramped.
Yeah, and you have a great computer that's crying for help. You have a laptop that doesn't fit there. Just way too much going on. And you're way too close to the monitor. There's not enough depth. Because look at when you're typing, you can basically touch the monitor while doing a stroke. You know what I mean? So seems like a little bit of an issue there. I would be a little concerned about that. Cables here and there, maybe on the right side, I'd kind of spruce up a bit anyway. Subwoofer's got to go on the floor. It just needs a little bit of loving, to say the least. And then again, a blank canvas. That wall is screaming for love. And it doesn't even look like your entertainment setup is bad at all. No. So it's like your setup needs to really follow suit with that, and I think it'd be great. And Jason the Wildcat in chat just said there's no color scheme. I agree with that. Is he going for red because of the LEDs in the computer?
It's got like a rainbow though, like the
just because the wall. Well, yeah, I guess actually, yeah. So I don't know. Throw some smear some glue on the wall. Throw some Skittles against it. See what sticks.
Just throw paint at the wall.
Yeah, just taste the rainbow. Oh.
Tape a bunch of Skittles to your desk.
Dude, that'd be dope.
And to the wall.
Oh, and if you're ever hungry, you just eat it. Anyways, so let's go to the final set of the day. I know only 6 today. Wasn't planned. There were reasons why the other ones had to be pulled out last minute. But they'll be back on soon, so we'll be making up for those 2 setups. This one's submitted by Nathan. He's 12. Yeah, really. Everyone's very young today. And he uses this for Xbox gaming and watching movies. So it's not your typical setup. But taking a look at the first photo and staying on that, you kind of see, it's not a bad setup. It's just a few things here and there that could be critiqued. A little bit of moving, a little bit of licking, and I think it'll be all set and ready to go. So second photo, we'll start there. The cables. Now, I started to laugh my ass off because this dude trapped his cables in a box. They were running around on the floor. Just, God damn it, get over here. And he put the thing down and he caught him. So I feel like a dick. And then if you stay on that photo and you look at the floor, it looks like a dead deer or something. It was like smeared out.
Yeah, it just looks like there's some stains, but I think that's just the way the rug is.
But look at the left side. It looks like way lighter.
So yeah, I'm saying, there's some patches in there that's different color.
It literally looks like you hit a deer, you took the skin, you laid it out.
Deers don't have fur like that.
Shut up. You're right, but shut up. Theme, though, the crinkled, wrinkled wallpaper in the first photo you can really see. Needs to be smeared out. Get yourself a nice little poster frame, yeah? Really, though, I think it's hard because you have the slanted ceiling and stuff, but it's not the end of the world. I don't think that's really your issue. I would just kind of condense the things on the desk as well. I think that would work a lot nicer. And he said, don't make fun of the desk because there's actually a very sad story attached to it. So I'm not gonna.
The desk is nice though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about it. But I was actually gonna say anyway, it's the perfect size for what you need, and it leaves room to the left to put storage and stuff. So it works. I think that's the least of your worries, man. But the big problem is in that photo, you can see the LEDs are taped to the top of the desk. That's not how it works. Hate to be that guy, but that's got to go under the desk to get that true outer glow, underglow, whatever. Because you don't want it there. It's just not ideal. So I would just condense, clean up the cables, release them, and you'll be all set and ready to go. But that's going to do it for this episode of Pimp My Setup, other than, obviously, the very apparent scores that need to be said. Freddy with an 86, Nate with a 52, Albert with an 84, Austin with an 80, Matt with a 62, and Nathan with a 68, which is actually surprising because if we weren't talking scores, I think Matt's setup was better than Nathan's and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's it. Guys, it's Christmas Eve. We're going to do a little bit longer of a live show, and then we're going to get ready because we got some festivities to celebrate. And tomorrow is Christmas. Get excited. I'm excited. Are you excited, Matt? Yes, I'm excited, Matt. Are you excited, Tom? Tom's excited.
I'm so excited, guys. Yes.
See, why are you like that now? The beginning, you're like,
people are yelling at me, so now I have to be like,
yeah, because in the beginning, Tom's just like, Merry Christmas.
Well,
now,
I was being like, I'm like, Merry Christmas, guys. Like,
yeah, Merry Christmas. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode 171. We're live on December 24, 2016. My name's Matt Philly, and I'll catch you on the flippity flap. Ho, 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 damn! Peace.